finished pretty strong. How did you feel about the ending there?
Yeah, it got off to another rocky start there, and that was disappointing. A lot of walks, a lot of standing around, a lot of not very good baseball the first 2 or 3 innings, and but we were able to withstand it, I guess, and come out on top and keep pushing on them. Put together some nice at bats, throughout the game, and able to put up some big innings against them, which obviously was the difference. But lot of things that to celebrate, and a lot of things that we got to clean up at the same time. So we're not going to get too comfy.
16 runs, every player in the starting lineup getting a hit. What was your thoughts about the contact today?
Better. We had wind blowing in again today, which is rare here at Muni, but the last 2 days we've had wind kind of blowing in, so we had to stay above the baseball and not get too big. We did a good job of taking our hits today and not trying to get too big. There was some situational hitting that I was disappointed in, where we have runs that are sitting there for us and we didn't execute very well. Those are areas that we got to improve upon and get better at.
You guys left 10 batters on base. What did you see just from the execution standpoint when you guys had runners on?
Just that we had left 10 runners on base. I mean, just that we can't. The good news is we had a lot of base runners and we're able to push runs across. But early on there, the situational hitting was dismal. We had opportunities to, if we just put the ball in play and any type of decent at bats we're scoring, and we left runners on there and didn't get runners in that we needed to. But there's things we got to get better at, clearly, and that's one of them.
Strong start to the season, 7-0. What do you hope to see from your team coming up this next week against 5 top 25 teams?
It's we're going to get challenged, of course, and these things that we have to get cleaned up will rear their heads a lot more against better teams like that. So we can't afford to have mental lapses. We can't afford to have when we have opportunities to score runs, we got to be able to push them across, because they're not going to be. It's going to be a lot tougher competition, I think, as we move forward this week. We got good teams that are lined up against us, and starting with Oklahoma, we got 2 against them. That'll be our main focus.
On that same note, obviously all 5 games away from home, 2 in Norman, then 3 in neutral site. What do you hope to see from your team in terms of whether they're on pace to reach the postseason like you've hoped to all preseason and make that jump back to regional, super regional, going against such good competition?
Look, we ain't talking about postseason. We're 7 games in. We've got a lot of work to do before we even start broaching that topic. Right now we're, yes, the records, we're 7-0, great, but that means nothing right now. We're way too early to start projecting out. Bottom line, we have to get better. We're going to be facing good teams this week. We have a lot to prepare for, and we haven't even started conference yet. So if these guys or anybody starts talking about postseason, we're just a tick premature on that. We're 7 games into a 56-game schedule. So we need to focus on where we have to get better first and foremost.
Kind of a tough start again for Easton. I know you said last Sunday this was uncharacteristic. Is that still how you feel after today? He still has a bit of a problem with the walks.
That was ball just the last 2 outings it hasn't come out like like we were hoping. This raises a little bit more concern today with a couple of them that just hasn't been real sharp, and this ball hasn't been exploding out of his hand like it was this fall and this spring. So we're going to have to take a peek at that and see what ultimately is going to be best for us moving forward. If that means there's a change on that horizon, we're going to discuss it. But again, main thing is we got to get through this next week, and we're going to need Easton to be good. Whether or not that's in a starting role or in a different role, we'll determine that as we kind of get through these next couple games and then see where that leaves us.
How did you feel about Alba coming out of the bullpen? It seemed like that first inning was a little tricky for him, but then as soon as it kind of became a start and he got a clean slate, it seemed like he was cruising a little bit.
Yeah, he does a better job when it's his inning to start with, but at some point in time we got to have guys that are able to come out of the pen and put the fire out. He did a good job kind of settling in there as best he could, and gave us 3 innings of work there that we needed, and bridged the gap to the back end guys that we had anticipated to use today.
You guys had 6 walks. What did you see just from the patience of the batters translating to big moments with the 3 innings where you guys had plethora of runs?
Usually the free passes lead to runs, and again, our thing that we're trying to talk about a lot is just get base runners, hit by pitches, walks, base hits, whatever it is, get guys on base, and we can make things happen. Put hit and runs on, variety of different steals that we have, different things that we can do to create havoc. So yeah, the 6 walks, we were patient in big situations that in the past we maybe come out of our shoes and overswung out of the zone and made soft contact, but again, it was a step in the right direction. We're not all the way there yet, but it was a step in the right direction.
On Friday, you mentioned how you feel like this team is more versatile than in years past, doesn't need to live or die by the long ball, even though, like you were saying, you don't think it was perfect or pretty. Was it important to get a win like this where you don't have to live and die by the long ball?
Yeah, I mean, every win's important. These are the wins are great. The losses really sting, in these type of games, and that's the biggest thing, I guess, take away over these first 7 games is we didn't let down to the point where we got beat. We had some letdowns to where we weren't as sharp as we wanted to be, but it wasn't a complete flop to where we lost the game because of our mental mistakes or at times physical mistakes. So kind of the big takeaway of that is hey, we're deeper, we're better, we're versatile, we can beat you in a variety of ways. Today I think we had 18 hits and 14 of them were singles. So yeah, I mean we can beat you by 1,000 cuts too versus the long ball all the time. So we're going to need to be able to have a variety of ways to beat people moving forward.
You told us Finn's been dealing with some back injuries, but got through this week and was able to get out today. What did you see from him in that 1 inning, and what does that mean for him, in the ways he can be used, especially in a week as big as this one?
Yeah, he's well. We wanted to get him on the bump. We wanted to get Buxton back out there, Nick Anello. We wanted to get these guys that only had 1 appearance, or in Finn's case, no appearances yet, just kind of coming back from that injury. What I saw out of him was a pretty good fastball and pretty good late biting slider that was pretty good. So that just adds another arm to the back end of our arsenal, which again is going to be valuable, especially with this gauntlet that we're going this week.
They had a lot of traffic, but you guys held them free for 15 with regard to the scoring position. Is there anything to that? There's ability to work around those base runs?
We're getting ourselves into trouble, and we're finding ways to get ourselves out with limited damage. But again, the grace period, I think, is about over on getting a lot of free runners like that. We can't live that way.
Kyle McGarry made his first career AC start, kind of came in with the chain after, seemed like he was in good spirits. How impressed were you with his day-to-day, not only because of the day that he had, but knowing that he's been waiting for an opportunity like this? Yeah, I mean, Kai's an electric player, has a lot of tools, and just trying to continue to match the tools with the baseball player with him. And he's kid works nonstop, extremely positive attitude. Coming to the ballpark today, one of those days where I'm like, hey, I need to get this kid in there and give him an opportunity and see what he can do. A couple of infield knocks, a nice base hit to left, and walked a couple times. I think can't ask for much more on the offensive side, getting on base 5 times. It lets me know, yeah, he's going to be a contributor to this lineup in one way, shape, or form, whether it's coming in late or getting starts and continuing to make the most of his opportunities when he gets them. But he's as a great day for him. I was super excited for him. He's a kid that, again, has sat and waited his turn very patiently, and I'm going to imagine, even though he doesn't show it, he's probably frustrated. I would be too if I were him. But bottom line, we understand that we have a deep team, and the guys that have earned the opportunity at the beginning have gotten it, and now he's waited his turn, got his opportunity, and had a great day. So be ready for the next one.
How do you feel about the freshman there at the end? Cooper gets a nice first hit, and then it seemed like Ryan was going up there swinging at least, and Jackson put the ball in play too.
Yeah, you know, Clow's awesome to see him get that first hit. Dara, sorry, bud, like I didn't send you up there to get smoked in the ribs, but that was kind of a bummer. I was hoping to see him, you know, get a full AB there, but you know, Dursty got in there. Yeah, just trying to get these guys in as much as I possibly can. At the same token, that's going to be a tough task to keep mixing these guys in and give them opportunities when we can get it for them. But you know, yeah, happy for Klaus. First of many for him.
When those guys came up to the plate, we saw the dugout kind of get loud, be up against the rail. I mean, you know, what does that say just about the entire team
Yeah.
supporting each other that way?
That's what they should do, A, first and foremost, and B, that's you know, those kids are on the bench pulling for those starters, you know, and so then when they get their opportunity, it's what you should do. Is the guys that are in there regularly is pull for those dudes. It's a big moment for them. You know, it's exciting getting that first hit. It's exciting to get that first at bat up there, and these guys all know. So just having the support of the boys behind them, I think that's hopefully moments that they'll remember. You know, their first of everything. So that'll be great for them. And again, that's what's expected of our guys on the bench that aren't playing.
The players, before you came in, you spoke on how they feel like they're being slept on. Are you excited to see them go up against good competition next week and show people what they're made of?
I slept on, not slept on. I won't comment on that, as opposed to just, hey, we go out and play our game. We're not going to fear anybody. We're going to come right after you. Whether that translates into wins or losses, we'll see. You know, but we're going to focus on the process and the areas where we got to get better. And like I said, next up's Oklahoma, and we'll come after those guys with everything we got, and it'll be two good teams going after each other.
Taking this, you win these 16 runs. What does that just say about the talent of this roster and get a sneak peek of the overall capabilities of this team?
You know, like I said, it wasn't a smooth game. We just kept grinding and pushing, and we were able to again have a few big innings there. But I don't feel like it was a real smooth, easy game for us. It was one that we just had to keep grinding and keep going, and we got opportunities that we took advantage of. But again, as we move forward, these opportunities that we get, we're going to have to do a better job of cashing in when we have them. Against these better teams, there's not going to be as many opportunities, so you have to be better at executing. So nice that we got the sweep, but again, we got work to do.
Briggs came out early in the game. Is there a reason for that, or was it just?
Yeah, go back and watch. You'll know. You know, bottom line, Briggsy's a kid that I absolutely love him. Plays his ass off every time he's out there. He just made a mistake, and he'll learn from it.
So it was a performance thing. It wasn't he's healthy and everything.
It was a standard thing. So we don't run the ball. We don't run balls hard out of the box, and we're not going to play. So it just is what it is. Especially here in Muni, you know, the sun's tough up there, and there's just no excuse for that. But I mean, again, this isn't to rip on Briggsy. He already knows he messed up, but it's the standard that we set. If you're not going to run hard out of the box and be standing on second base on a pop-up and the kid drops it, then you make us look bad. So there's no I can't coach effort level. And again, Briggsy is not a kid that I ever have to worry about playing hard. But in this situation, he just had a brain fart and didn't run hard all the way through, and it cost us. So again, I have no choice in those situations.